when trading crypto is that you have to take profits or the market will take them for you. That's because round tripping is all too common. But actually, there's another issue that isn't talked about as much. What the hell do you do after you take the chips off the table? The reality is a lot of people will just go back and keep spinning the roulette wheel, hoping to hit it big again, not really thinking about where to go. Even if you hit the sell button, what happens afterwards can eat into your capital big time. So let's look at how this happens and how to make sure that you don't give up any of your gains and that you consistently grow your wealth over time to secure your financial security for you and your family. So first, what mistakes do most traders make? As mentioned, you have to take profits. That means planning your trades in advance and often means taking risk off in stages as prices rise. After that, when your profits are secured, you're in the clear, right? Well, not always. You often hear the phrase trading on tilt, and this usually refers to when a trader takes a big loss and instead of taking a break to calm down, they immediately start revenge trading, trying to make it all back straight away. It's a classic mistake, okay? It almost never works. You're too emotional. You're too rushed. Too desperate to re-enter, even if there are no good setups on offer. You have to wait. The result, of course, is likely to be even more losses, screwing you up even more, making it even more like a revenge trade until you go down to zero, basically. But here's what people talk about less. If you get a huge win, and your balance is way bigger than before, then you're also on tilt. You may not be thinking straight. I'm a fucking genius. Look at all this money I just made. I can do this again. Maybe not. What if not? In this case, you might get kind of euphoric, and there are a couple of dangers to this, okay? Again, it's the overconfidence. I'm just a genius now. I do anything I want. I'm so great. Look at me. I am a golden god. Been there, done that. Usually get your ass kicked, okay? You start doing crazy mental arithmetic. If you made multiples of your last trade, you do it again a few more times, you're going to be like worth $1 billion in a few weeks. You can do that easy. 2, when the number in your balance suddenly jumps up by a lot, the money doesn't seem real. It might not even seem like money at all. It's more like a high score in a computer game, especially with crypto where everything's online, everything's in the blockchain, everything's just on your screen. And that is where huge risks start coming in. You're not valuing the money, not as much as you should be anyway. When you see these stupid numbers on your screen, like you remember, that's like years of somebody's salary potentially, or maybe years of your salary. Treat it with respect. Combine that with a sense of cockiness and you're now more willing to take those bigger gambles without proper risk management. You can probably see why this is potentially so hazardous. You don't want to give everything back to the market by round tripping. You give it back by leaping into new trades without too much size and not enough planning, and you do it over and over again. Maybe you make a few losing bets, and now you're back into revenge trading on losses. So to avoid these risks, here are some profit do's and don'ts. But before we get into that, guys, will you be continuing trading on platforms that don't reward you? Or will you take your trading seriously and upgrade to an OG exchange that literally puts money back into your pocket? That place is called Femex and delivers everything that serious traders want. Deep liquidity in all the big coins, fast execution, worldwide availability, meaning anyone, anywhere can use it. You might need a VPN in some cases, okay? But it's worth it because the rewards are insane right now. Listen to this. For a limited time, when you make your first deposit of $5,000 or more, they're giving you $1,000 cash back. That's right. Deposit $5K, get $1,000 back. That's a wild, wild deal, man. It's one of the best deposit deals I've seen in a long time. And it doesn't stop there. This month, new and existing users signing up through my link right down here can even earn up to 1 Ethereum in trading rewards worth over $4,000. Will you take advantage of the rare opportunity? Link down below. Check it out. Thank you very much. Okay, do's and don'ts. First, you need to recognize what the market is doing. If you scored a big win from holding spot positions or opening some kind of leveraged long position, then you profited in bullish conditions. That's great. You're not a genius at the bull market. Congratulations. But if it was time to lock in profits as you did, that might mean the trend is due to change. So let the market show you its hand before you re-enter. Be patient. I'm often patient with new launches, and sometimes that bites me in the butt because they just pump like crazy. But more often than not, they go down massively in the few days after the hype settles. Secondly, and this might happen a lot, you might exit a trade, bask in the glory of your profits for a few minutes, and immediately check back on the price of the token you sold and see it's still going up. Shit, I should rush back into it. Something weird can happen. Even though you're in profit, even though you just made shit tons of money and you were happy a few minutes ago, now you're pissed. Shit, why did I do that? It's all too easy to FOMO and let the emotions take over. So you wait for a dip, you hit the buy button, then guess what? The trend has changed, or soon will, and your profits get eaten into. Basically, then you have to remember that you're not going to sell the exact top, and it's fairly likely that the price goes up after you sell. Don't be obsessed with getting the perfect bottoms or perfect tops. Be obsessed with getting the meat of the move and getting consistent profits and compounding your wins, okay? That's what you should be obsessing over. So once you've sold a coin, close the chart. Sure, you'll check in again later, but don't track it too closely straight away. For now, the trade is done. You can go touch grass, enjoy your profits. And actually, that's true after both wins and losses. Just do nothing for a while. Absorb it. Watch the charts. There's always an opportunity. This is the great thing about trading. There's always an opportunity literally every single day. One more point. Don't think of your profits as house money. This is an easy trap to fall into as well. The money was gifted from the great crypto casino. So even if you lose some of it, you'll still be above break even. It's fine. But this way of thinking can actually make you trade badly, throwing size around and acting reckless, which is a very quick way to give it all back. And believe me, when it's gone, it will definitely not feel like house money. It will feel as painful as any other loss, even if you're still just break even at the end of it all. But if you've lost massive gains by throwing them away in leverage trades or spot losses or whatever, you're going to feel it, man. Okay? Believe me, you're going to feel it, all right? Finally, let's say you lock in your gains, you take a break, keep hold of it. In that case, what the hell do you do now? Okay, Lark, I get the point, man. I made the fucking money. Now what, man? Now I know what I'm going to trade in bigger size now because, again, I'm a genius. Well, you can trade in bigger size. That's fine as long as you stay disciplined and keep practicing the exact same strict risk management that got you here in the first place. But here's the thing. If you've made life-changing money, change your life, man. Holy shit. That's the real loss. You round trip life-changing gains and you didn't change your life. Just think about it. Life change doesn't have to mean retiring to the beach. It doesn't have to mean never investing or trading ever again. It just means you can make a material difference that will improve your life, the lives of your family, your wife, your kids, your friends. This doesn't have to be huge, but if it will matter, then go ahead and do it. Take the payday, man, and then relax for a few minutes. In other words, pay yourself. The other solid plan is to gradually diversify some of your capital away from crypto. The bigger the stack you're controlling, the more spread into less volatile, less correlated assets you may want to have it. Tech stocks, dividend funds, real estate, all that kind of stuff, okay? I know it kind of takes some of the fun away, you know, put into precious metals and index funds and real estate and blah, all that BS, right? But it's probably going to be something you're going to thank yourself for in the bear market. Plus, there are now a huge number of DeFi protocols where you can get high stablecoin yields, where you can farm reward points and all that kind of stuff. There's so many things to do with your money that doesn't require you to keep rolling the dice on an increasingly bigger, more stressful stack. You can take the big wins, take money out, diversify, buy index funds, buy real estate, right? I know it's boring, but guess what? Boring is going to keep you safe later on. And you can still keep money in trading. You can still keep doing that and use the skills that you used to get yourself this far and to make those gains in the first place with a smaller stack. Get it out of crypto. Put it into something safer. Put it into Bitcoin, okay? That's fine. Put it into Bitcoin, but not at the top of the market. That's another mistake real quick we'll tell you about. A lot of people when the market gets pretty toppy, they're going to sell their altcoins for massive gains, plow it all into Bitcoin, not think about their taxes, okay? Bitcoin drops 50% in the bear market. Guess what? 30, 40, 50%, depending on where you live on the tax on all those altcoin gains. You have nothing. You just lost it all. Plan for your taxes too. Don't forget about that, all right? And be careful about rotations at the top of the market. Cash is a position. Cash is a beautiful position, okay? It's not something to hold forever, but it can definitely be good at the right times. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.